This is why artillery is known as the king of the battle. Hey guys, my name is Fan Fantasy and I cover tactical and immersive games like Steel Beast. Make sure to hit that like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to stay up to date and to support my channel. In this video, we're going to be playing as a Russian tactical battalion group against the Syrian army where we need to capture and clear 2 objectives along the highway. This is going to be a very interesting and unique video because I'll be demonstrating the effects of artillery. Often we think tanks have enough firepower to complete their objectives, and that may be true in some cases, but it's combined arms tactics that help win the battles effectively. I'm going to get right into the mission planning and also the mission itself, so sit back, relax. I think you'll enjoy some very interesting and neat perspectives in this video. And the enemy consists of a company of T-72M1s as well as some motorized infantry and engineers that have set up some hasty defensive position areas. And so in terms of our execution and our mission planning, there are a few stages in this. So the first stage is we're going to be sending out a drone, our Switchblade drone, to recon the area of Objective Buratino, Objective B for short. And they're going to be identifying any enemy positions as well as enemy tanks. The second stage is we're going to be calling in artillery against enemy positions as well as tanks. And once we are satisfied with our artillery, we're going to be calling in our forces out of line of departure. And so AOA red or blue, AOA stands for Axis Advance red and Axis Advance blue. AOA red consists of our first platoon of T-72B3s as well as third platoon of BTR 82As. They're going to be moving along AOA red and they're going to hold right here to support by fire. The second platoon of our BTRs are going to be moving up towards blue to attack Objective Buratino. And while we are attacking, we will be calling in smoke screens to cover our assault because we can probably expect the enemies to be able to see what's going on in this area right here. So we're going to use smoke screens to cover our advance. And once second platoon is successful in crossing and attacking, we will move our T-72B3s and our third platoon BTRs to attack Objective Tarhun. And we will continue to call in fire support to clear the objective and to occupy it once it's cleared. And one thing to note about this mission is that the mission will end if we only control Buratino and we're not engaging forces at the next objective. And the mission is to really simulate a high-tempo operation demanded by a Russian tactical battalion group. As a disclaimer, I'm not too familiar with modern-day Russian tactics, so I'm just going to play it as it is and just have fun and learn from it as well. So, alright, so here we are in our T-72B3 getting ready for the assault, but before we do that, we're going to switch to our scout units to deploy their drones. So this is the Switchblade drone that our scout team is going to set up right now. We do have another smaller drone from our other scout team right here. We're going to get them set up, but we're going to primarily use the Switchblade to recon the area as well as call out targets. And so as you can see here, it's going to take a while for our scout teams to set up. So what I'm going to do is we're going to move our platoons towards the line of departure and so that they can be ready to attack when we're ready to. So the scout team has set up the drone already and we're going to launch our Switchblade up and get it fly. I'm going to take control of it. And we're going to move towards the south where Objective B is at. And as you can see here, it highlights the vehicles regardless if it's friend or foe. And this is our task force right below us. And we're going to move towards the south. One of the cool things that you can actually do is switch to thermal mode, either black or white hot. But we're going to move towards the south and see what targets we got Alright, so looking at this, we got some things on the left side. What is that? That looks like some enemy tanks. T-72s identified. Switching to thermals. And we do have, looks like 2 trench lines on the west and east. And what is that? That is another tank. And right there to our left are some trucks. Ooh, what is that? That looks like, those look like Burnhams. Okay, so that is some of the threats that we got in town. And we got some on the roof as well too. And that is an ATGM team right below. That could be dangerous for us. So, yep, it's a good idea to call in some arty. So what I'm going to do for my reference is I'm going to put some markers for myself just to know where they are at. And about right here too. So what I'm going to do is we're going to call in ICMs by the major intersection right here, as well as where the tanks are at. And some HE rounds against the infantry in the trenches. And we'll see from there. Alright, splash and now. Alright, yeah, look at that heavy artillery. The tank is still up, but we'll see in a bit. Some of the buildings have been knocked out, which is great. And second ICM is on the way. Ooh, I think that middle tank might have been knocked out. Let's see. Yep, that tank is still up, but I don't think it will be any longer. Yeah, that tank is destroyed. Nice. More concerned about those tanks. If we don't have to deal with them, that'd be great. But, you know, tank action is always nice. Yeah, so that middle tank is destroyed. We'll take a look at the other tanks. I don't see the turret moving, so potentially... Oh, no, that one is moving. Oh, yes. Second tank destroyed. What about the third one right here? It's 2 tanks smoking up. Third one is alive, potentially. Yeah, his turret is moving. Alright, I do see more shells landing. Yeah, so far no damage to that third tank, but we'll keep an eye on that. I'm gonna scan if that ATGM team is still up. And splash. Oh yeah, that one hit there. Still active. Yep. Boom. Yeah, yep, he's dead. Nice. ATGM team is down confirmed. There's still a squad up there. So there's still that infantry squad right below, and it's still active. So far, it's just heading towards the town, not towards the trench. Okay, so what we're going to do now in our next phase is we're going to call in some smokes to cover our advance. And we'll call in some additional fire towards the town right here. We're going to call in some HE. So we're going to have to change up a plan a little bit because we do know that there are tanks just east of this objective right here. So we're going to move our tanks towards where AOA Blue is at to clear out the tank before they go back towards their main route. So that's what we're going to do. Once it's clear, our BTRs will move up and continue their route. We'll get this BTR to just stand by. Okay, yep, so that tank is still up. We'll get our main tanks to get ready.
We're taking fire here. Battle site tank. Fire.
There it is.
Target.
Ooh. Commander override is like giving me a little bit of a dizzy right here, but yep, that tank should be good. Tank is destroyed. Alright, so they're gonna go to their route, which is red, and we'll get our BTRs start moving up. There are a lot of troops in the city, which is not surprising at all. And I do see our smoke screen working right now, so... And let's move this BTR right here. Yep, so that is our formation attacking right now. So tanks have been destroyed, and now they're moving towards the city. And yep, there's some infantry squads in the trenches. Yeah, so there's still a few groups of infantry right there, and yep, our tanks and BTRs are dealing with it. Okay, so we only have 3 minutes left on this drone. We're gonna move towards Objective Tarhun to clear it out with Artie. So I'm gonna try my best to use as much as we can and call out Artie. Yeah, so there are infantry squads on both sides of the road. Yeah, it's gonna be tough for the artillery, but we'll see how it goes. And so this one's gonna RTB back. So I think what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna call in some strikes here. And more HE rounds. Alright, going back to our B3s, we're gonna move into position to engage. We're gonna move into where baseline Boris is at. Those are our BTRs.
Gunner, collect. Troop. Fire just identified. On the way.
Yeah, tons of infantry still. There's only so much you can do with the Artie.
PC.
Oh, PC identified. Yeah, they're behind the buildings, but we're going to support our BTRs so they can deal with them. Yeah, a lot of things are burning, so it's really hard to see where that PC is at. I'm gonna keep scanning.
Battle site PC.
Oh, I see the PC. There it is.
Fire Sabo.
Come on, get a lock. And boom. Are we destroyed?
Ceasefire.
There you go. One PC down. Oh, another one.
Gunner, Sabo, PC. Fire.
And he's running away. Not sure if we got him. We get him? Yep, 2 PCs down, destroyed. Nice. And we're gonna keep moving towards baseline Boris.
True. Identifier. On the way.
Alright, so we are engaging troops towards Objective Tarhun. I'm gonna get the other
Identified.
BTR to move with us as well too. We're gonna HE it, kind of like a artillery, but I am setting artillery down right there. So while our forces are engaging forces at Tarhun, we're gonna deploy our troops here so that they can support. And alright, going back to our scout unit right here, we're gonna deploy our small little drone. And let's go towards the objective. And I do see it being bombarded. Yep, our tanks are shooting at them too. Nice. So far I'm scanning it, and yeah. Hopefully I'm hoping the artillery would actually clear out that area. But we're giving them a hell as much as we can right here. Okay, so we should expect another splash coming in soon, and yep, we are engaging. Yeah, not the greatest thermal systems with this drone, but it'll do for now. Yep, those are tanks moving up, and the BTRs right behind. Alright, so now we have a good closer look. Let's take a look. I think some of them are still up at the trenches. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough battle here. And that bridge might be what we call in CQP a fatal funnel. So we're gonna have to RD as much as we can here. But yep, our tanks are giving them hella. Still haven't touched the south side of the trenches, but we should expect RD in about a minute there. Oh, mission over. Okay. Wonder what happened. Oh, okay, so we have 150 out of 250, 7 vehicles destroyed, 7 losses from it for them as expected. And yeah, I think why we didn't get a full score was because I needed to engage both objectives at the same time. As right here is that mission will end if objective B is basically under control and if we're not in contact elsewhere. But I swear we were in contact with them until we weren't. So I'm not going to go through the entire event of our battle, but basically artillery played an important role in the destruction of tanks as well as infantry before moving our main forces in, as you can see in this rewind. I think one of the things I would do differently is perhaps speed up the tempo of our attack. I'm not too sure if we were too slow to move our forces to engage the enemies at both of the objectives. Perhaps I was too cautious and just wanted to use as much artillery as possible. I think we did what we could. It's still considered as a successful mission despite not getting the full score. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and mission so far, and just seeing a different perspective through the drone as well as the artillery. This was definitely new for me, and it was fun to learn the mechanics of Steel Beast and what this sim has to offer. I'll have the mission in the description below if you're interested in trying it out for yourself. And lastly, I would like to say that artillery is the king of the battle, and the implication here for gamers is to utilize artillery assets if you can, regardless of the game that you play, whether it's Gunner Heat PC, Squad, or even Arma. Artillery is like our best friend where they'll come in to support us in our time of need. So yeah, that's all for this video. Make sure to leave that like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to stay up to date, and I'll see you guys in my next video.